SmartPalate is the best tool to help people with speech difficulties when learning a new language. It improves pronunciations and reduces accent, providing visual feedback integrated with artificial intelligence. SmartPalate is the best tool to help people with speech difficulties when learning a new language. It improves pronunciations and reduces accent, providing visual feedback integrated with artificial intelligence.
Hey, welcome back once again to the live stream for the SmartPalate web. Today we'll have like a very short tutorial video about the new updates for the admin user and also some of the questions that we received through our social media about why the my patient palette is not working. So we'll go step by step, and once again, welcome back to this live stream. We'll start as we did it before. We'll go and log into our website. Now, today I will use the admin user. So I will show you. Let's see. Here we go. Perfect. This is the admin user. The admin user, remember, back in the days was wasn't able to create either patients, right? We were able just to create therapists, but now we have the option to create patients. The good thing is that we will be able to assign this patient directly to one of our therapists. So let's go ahead and see what are the ones that I have here. If I go to therapist 1, so I have all this information here, okay, that I did before, that I created. So we have the option here, which is patient. We click there, and we'll be able to create a patient. But first, we'll have the option to select the therapist that we will assign this patient. We'll go with therapist 1. We'll go to add a new patient. So we'll create Nick. Johnson, there you go. I will do everything. Okay. So let me see. There we go. So I already created the stages. So let's go first grade and then a pariksha, and we'll create the user, okay? Nick. Gmail.com. Okay, the password. Okay. Here we go. So we have already Nick. We select the therapist 1, and we have Nick under this therapist. And we also have these other patients under therapist 1. And we'll go to Lourdes, and we add a new one. So Amanda Larson, female, 955 2013. So she will be in first grade, Praksha. So be Amanda. Email.com. And then the user. Okay, so we'll see Lourdes, and we have Amanda here. Then we go with therapist 1, and we'll see the ones that are under her name. Okay, perfect. So this is the good thing, where we were able to add this patient. So as the owner of the main user or the admin user, I'll be able to create patients and also therapists. I will also be able to create a tutor for those patients and the medical diagnosis that we were not able to do before. And also we will do assignments. So everything that we had before in the therapist profile, they are available now in this user as well. Okay. So second thing is that we, as the admin user, will be able to update the profiles from our therapist. If we go to this therapist, I will be able to edit all this information and update the information here. I will be able to disable or enable this profile, and I will be able to add or erase information from the public profile. I will be able to assign therapy from other therapists to one of the students. I can hire this therapist and pay for certain amount of sessions. If none of my patients are, I'm sorry, if none of my therapists are not able to provide that therapy, I can hire someone here. And also I can go and create rooms. Remember, this is something that we learned before. We are able to create rooms as a therapist. And right here is where we can create a room. We select the therapist and we go and create the room as normal. So here is where we select the patient. Okay, so we have Amanda right here that was under Lourdes, and she will be able to attend this person on, let me see, the 27th, 28th of this month. And it will be around 1 p.m. Okay, so we assign the room and we have it here. Okay, if someone already purchased a therapy, we'll be able to see it here, and we'll see if this therapist will be available at this time. If we go to the therapist one, we can do the same. So we have the patients here that are under this therapist. We'll go to Nick Johnson, the one that you created before, I created before. We'll say this will be tomorrow, and it will be around 2 p.m. Okay, so we already created the room. This is very useful if you are running a clinic with like certain amount of therapists as well. If you have an institution, a school district, or a hospital, you will be able to manage everything here. This is a very good update that we recently made in this platform that will help you out to have like everything more organized and know what are your therapists doing. Okay. Last thing is the question that some of you have, and this is why if I configure the patient's palette, I'm not able to, it's not working. Okay, so I will log out. Okay, we'll sign out. I will use the therapist. One. Okay, we'll have access to this one. Let's go therapist. Let me see this one. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We have Amanda right here, and I want to configure the palette. Okay, I have the speaker configuration. I go here, I go with Amanda, Then I save. This is, oh, let's do the following. So I will configure the palette, and I will say that these sensors are not. If I go in this user, in the therapist user, I'll go to the practice and apply the changes and everything. Just give me 1 minute. I will connect to my palette. As you can see, the palette that appears there give me 1 second. There we go. So as you can see, the palette that I customized before is not here, even though I select the, nothing happens because this is not the patient's user. So that's the reason why you're still seeing these sensors active, because this is not the patient's user. So I will sign out. So I will use Amanda. And because I already configured her palette, I'll go to practice, apply. As you can see, there are not sensors here. If I go to the speaker configuration, I can see that these sensors are not there, okay? So this is the reason why whenever you are in your own user as a therapist, you cannot use the patient's palette because you have your palette already configured. So it's very important to go and use the patient's user in order for you to do the practice, in order for you to do the gold standard coordination, and all these things that are available to track your patient's performance. Because if you're using it, you are not going to be able to use the custom palette as you do it when you use the correct user. Okay, I hope these answer all your questions. We are really happy with all the updates and the changes we already made into the SmartPalate web. We have, as I've been telling you in all these live streams, this is a very good tool. This is something that will help a lot of clinics, a lot of hospitals, a lot of school districts, because we know that this tool will be available for everyone, and you'll be able to track your students, your therapists, your patients in just one platform. Thank you very much for being with us. We really appreciate your time. Remember, follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. You can go ahead and watch all these videos as well in YouTube at Ud's Accent channel. You can look up all these videos right there. Thank you very much for being with us, and see you next time.
SmartPalate is the best tool to help people with speech difficulties when learning a new language. It improves pronunciations and reduces accent, providing visual feedback integrated with artificial intelligence.